אוקיי, על פי מה שאני עברתי בלייב הקודם, אני עומד לעשות דווקא שינוי אחד קטן. במקום שאני עומד להפעיל את המשחק באותו הזמן של ההקלטה, אני הולך להפעיל את ההקלטה קודם ואז אחר כך המשחק. כי אז לא נראה שהיה לי בעיה. אז כן, זה כיף. אז כן, בוא ניכנס למשחק עכשיו סוף בסוף. בואי. אני בעצמי יותר מופתע בנוגע למה שהמשחק אשכרה הצליח לעשות. Half warning, כרגיל. ה-contents of the game are initially released. Obviously המשחק על ידי קאפקום, כי אי אפשר לשכוח את זה. ה-support auto-save, שאני כמעט ולא משתמש. אבל עדיף שיהיה. ובוא ניגש להפעלות Justice Trilogy. אז עכשיו יש לי את ההתקדמות ב-Dual Destinies. פה. אז כן. זה דווקא יצא המצב הראשון אצלי שבו יש די אחד טרייל, די שתיים טרייל, אין אפילו investigation, ובית כבר יש יומיים של טרייל. שזה כאילו בהחלט הייתה בחירה שהחליטו לעשות. אז פעם קודמת, אוקיי. אומייגאד. תפתיקו עם הסטאפ שלי. פעם קודמת היינו בטרייל, היה עוד עורך דין חדש, עכשיו, וזה הכריח אותי להשתמש הרבה בוויס צ'יינג'ר שלי. אז כן, זה כיף. משהו שיותר רלוונטי זה... זה... קראתי את זה? אני כבר לא זוכר. Police bomb specialist who was in charge of handling the bomb that exploded in the courtroom. אני לא זוכר דווקא. אם קראתי את זה, אבל אם לא, אז הנה אני קורא את זה עכשיו. אז פעם קודמת, בית משפט, או איך שקורא לזה, הקורטרום, פשוט פוקינג התפוצץ על ידי זה. ומשום מה, כולם חושבים שהיא, זאת שעשתה את זה, גם אפילו שבאינטר מראים אותו. אז זה כיף. ה-18 בדצמבר 9:34, דיסטריקט דפנדנט לובי 5. Oh shit, here we go again. This isn't exactly how I envisioned the second day of this trial to start. But, given how things ended yesterday... Good morning. Oh! Hey, Athena! Juniper? The mood sure is tense. Not that sounds nice. Oh! Hey! Did you read the paper this morning, boss? Huh? The paper? That came out of left field. You didn't read it? Then you don't know the big news. Wow, okay, ridiculous. א' ב' את גברת טכנולוגיה. ממתי מה שיהיה מאכפת בעיתון מעניין? Somebody spotted on a bubble snow and way up in the mountains. How do you know the difference between a paper and a tabloid, Athena? It might show up in the forest where you live, Junie. So you better watch out, okay? Okay, wow, come on, shake it. You really should read the story for yourself. I couldn't even begin to do it justice. Oh. Justice? Huh? Oh, poor Apollo. It's all my fault. וואו, אוקיי. נחת מעכשיו נגיע לזה שהפולו ליטרלי מת פעם קודמת. איך שכחתי את זה? הנה. Oh, Judy, what am I speaking? I'm so sorry. What we found yesterday was not Poe's dead body, thank goodness. Oh, Zolomet! He has been assaulted by someone with a blow to his head and was lying unconscious. You rushed him to the hospital right away, and it looks like he's going to pull through. אוקיי, תודה לאל, התגעגעתי לפה, ופתאום פאקינג מת על ההתחלה. But it was still quite a shock to stumble onto a scene like that. Is Miss Woods alright, Athena? Well, I managed to get her to stop crying. Now she's resting on that sofa over there. I guess she really feels responsible for what happened to Apollo. כאילו... ג'וני די הייתה חייבת לנטוש אותו? היא די הייתה חייבת לנטוש אותו בגלל... הטסטימוני? זה כיף. ורגע, שנייה אחת אני רגע צריך לעשות משהו. אוקיי, חזרתי, בוא נמשיך. Poor Junie. She believes that the reason Apollo was attacked is because he was helping her look for something in that courtroom. מצד אחד גם אפולו לא היה אמור להיות אקטיבי בכלל, הוא לא היה אמור לקחת את הדפנס. מקסימום הוא יהיה איזשהו ספיישל וויטנס או משהו? כי הוא פצוע? לא פאקינג דפנס! הוא לא היה אמור להיות פה מלכתחילה. ווואו, אפשר לראות ווידג'ט ככה. איי איי איי. מה זה אשכרה? הדמות של אפינה? ואז אפשר לראות את ווידג'ט מתאר ליטרלי איך שהיא מרגישה. אומייגאד. Oh? I guess I can see why she would think that. By the way, how are you doing? Who? Me? Yeah, how are you? I know you're concerned about Miss Woods, but are you alright? Me? I'm doing just fine, boss. I mean, yeah, it was a huge shock, but I'm alright. People who study analytical psychology are great at times like these. After all, they'll learn how to control their own emotions too. Widget, for goodness fuck, Athena. אפשר לראות אותך כמו דף בנוגע לרגשות שלך. Holy shit. Somehow, I don't think it's as easy as she makes it sound. But there's no denying that she's a real trooper. Paul doesn't remember a thing, does he? Yeah, he can't recall anything from the time right before he was assaulted. Nothing about what he was doing in courtroom number 4 or who assaulted him. Doctors said it's probably due to that hit he took to the head. Assaulted in a court of law and losing your memory at that. I know how that feels. Wow! Justice for all! Okay. Who in the world would do such a thing, huh, Mr. Wright? Just wait until I get my hands on the coward who hurt our Apollo! Now, Athena. I thought you said you were in control of your emotions. Question אמרתי! אפשר לקרוא אותה כמו דף. אין שום דרך אחרת לתאר את זה. Let's just focus on helping Miss Woods, okay? But I admit, I'm just as upset as you. Okay, boss. You're right. Power of the ceiling can't wait until we clear Junie's name. That's the spirit. Now, let's see. I better check the core record one more time before the trial starts. א', אני עשיתי את זה באינטרו כרגיל. Bet. Oh. It's my all-important badge, proof of my profession. Bet. Literally שום דבר לא השתנה, אז get fucked. After Mr. Right. I'm ready whenever you are. Alright. Let's get ready to rumble. You bet. With everything that happened with Apollo, I don't have the time for a proper investigation. I can't let that stop me though. I have to get this right. For Miss Woods' sake. And Apollo's too. בשבילי זה קצת מוזר לשחק כפיניקס, אבל אפולו עדיין קיים כי... ליטרלי באבנטס, ליטרלי אני אגיד לראות את הדברים האלה מתי שמדברים על אפולו ג'סטיס. למשחק הזה. ועכשיו זה 5 דקות לאחר מכן, אומייגאד. 18 דצמבר, 9:50, דיסטי קוד מספר 5. Day 2, code isn't now in session, all eyes. אפשר לראות אותה דווקא! לא רק את הג'אדג' ממול, אבל אם מסתכלים דווקא בצדדים, היה אפשר דווקא לראות את גספן, אפינה ופיניקס. לא, אתה צחק עליי, זה כל טרייל? זה כל טרייל יהיה ככה? תודה רבה שיש לי את הפלייבק. Exit game. Oh my god. עוד פעם זה עושה לי את זה, are you kidding me? זה כל trial. זה כל טרייל עושה לי לאגים בטלפון, are you kidding me? אוקיי, אני אפתח את המשחק עוד פעם, ועכשיו נקווה שלא יהיה בעיה. לא נראה שיש כזה בעיה עכשיו. אבל ליטרלי הטלפון שלי נתקע בלואוד, שזה מה שזה היה קודם. אז כן. חסר שאני אצטרך לעשות את זה לכל טרייל, כי זה יהיה מעצבן. בוא נעשה את זה. Court for now reconvene for the trial of Jumper Woods. אני לא רגיל לעשות את זה בקייס אחד, אבל fuck it. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is also ready, Your Honor. Now then, I believe I instructed the prosecution to further their investigation. Were you able to locate the remote switch in question? I'm afraid the remote switch is still missing, Your Honor. למה הטלפון שלי עושה בעיות? בבקשה שזה רק הטלפון וזה לא הלייב. לא, זה עליי. זה עליי. Oh my god. בוא נראה עד כמה זה נשמר. לא, זה נראה בסדר. לא לאבד כמה שיותר מידע. זה מוזר, קודם אני עברת את זה בלי בעיות, אבל עכשיו יש לי בעיות. אוקיי. בבקשה שיפסק לי כל הבעיות האלה. בוא נמשיך. אני לא מאמין שאני עשיתי את זה, אז אני אעשה את זה עוד פעם. I'm afraid the remote switch is still missing, Your Honor. I must say I'm disappointed, Mr. Payne. Not angry, just disappointed. I apologize, Your Honor. Aha! Looks like the prosecution is just as unprepared as I am. There is a separate matter, however, that I would like to bring up during the trial. A separate matter, you say? And what might that be? I assume you're aware that another incident occurred in yesterday's trial? I'm speaking, of course, of the assault on Mr. Justice in the ruins of courtroom number 4. כבר את זה, מסכים? Uh-oh. Why is he bringing that up? Yes. What a truly harrowing experience it must have been for Mr. Justice. At the time of the attack, Mr. Justice was not alone. He was with the defendant, Miss Jennifer Woods. Seriously? אל תתחיל עם זה עכשיו! He isn't going where I think he's going with this, is he? The prosecution wishes to indict Miss Woods on the charge of Mr. Justice's assault. מה הקשר הזה בקונטקסט של הטרייל הזה? Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the incident under deliberation here is the courtroom bombing. The assault on Mr. Justice has nothing to do with this trial. Ken! Ashkara, Ken! But I believe there is a connection between this case and Mr. Justice's assault. Please take a moment to consider these facts. Both events occurred in courtroom number 4. לא זה שוב! This is the location in courtroom number 4 when the unconscious Mr. Justice was discovered. As you can see, it's quite close to where Detective Arm's body was found. בגלל שזה נמצא בתוך אותו courtroom, אדוני? זה בגלל שזה נמצא בתוך אותו courtroom? סליחה? הייתי קורא לזה כפאקינג obvious! The question is, why did the culprit feel the need to maliciously attack Mr. Justice? Why indeed? What do you believe their motive to be, Mr. Payne? I believe Mr. Justice found something in the courtroom Miss Woods was with him. Evidence that figured her as the perpetrator of the bombing.
What the fucking צוחק עליי?
You mean he found some incriminating evidence? איפה האבידנס הזה עכשיו, אה? Gaspin? Precisely. It's how I summarized that the defendant picked up a piece of rubble and hit Mr. Justice on the back of the head in his order to silence him. In the order present. Objection! Judy would never do such a thing! She was devastated when we found Apollo hurt like that! Sykes, please schedule your verses. It is the prosecution's belief that by deliberating on Mr. Justice's assault, it will draw ever closer to the truth of the courtroom bombing itself. Okay. Very well. Miss Woods is hereby officially indicted on the charge of assaulting Mr. Justice. פשוט ככה? What? Why are you listening to Mr. Toupee over there? Although, considering our conversation yesterday, I'm going to look for evidence. Yeah. Maybe the two incidents really are related after all. I would like to start by hearing from the defendant herself. Very well. Bailiff, please bring Miss Woods to the witness stand. Whoa. I'm sorry. I can't seem to stop. Mom? Oh, what's your name? Miss Woods. Guess she's still really upset about Apollo. Miss Woods, you went to the ruins of court number 4 with Mr. Justice, did you not? Yes, I did. Good, good. If you would, then please testify about what happened to the court. To the court or at the court? כי מה קרה לבית משפט למה קרה בבית משפט? יש הבדל, גספן. יותר הגיוני להגיד מה קרה בבית משפט. אז in the courtroom. In the court. During the trial yesterday, I was overcome by a fit of coughing. Apollo stayed with me and we went to the courtroom ruins together. But then I was called back to this courtroom and to give testimony. Apollo insisted on staying behind in courtroom number 4. I swear I didn't attack Apollo. Why would I ever hurt such a kind person? So, Mr. Justice stayed by your side while you were feeling unwell. What an admirable young man. I thought his loud voice was the only outstanding feature. סליחה. הוא אוהב להיות רועש, sure. אבל עדיין, זה לא אומר שהבן אדם לא יכול להיות טוב. He may look like a little imp at times, but Apollo can be really nice too. I hope she didn't hurt her wrist backhanding that one out. But one has to wonder, why did Mr. Justice stay behind in the ruins? I think Apollo might have figured something out. Something? What kind of something? Something to do with the courtroom bombing kind of something, I think. Oh! No evidence for the case, was it? That's a very big kind of something indeed. לא היה עם זה ריב. זה לא היה בעיה, אפילו גספן אמר שאם נתרכז באסולט על אפולו, נגיע לסיבה, לפיצוץ. I believe so. They mentioned looking for some evidence when I was called away. Objection! Just as I thought, there is a connection between the two incidents. But the defendant has told a very big lie, Your Honor. Me, Ma. What lie is that? When she learned Mr. Justice would be looking for evidence, she attacked him. She attacked him to give herself the chance to destroy that evidence. דבר ראשון, מה? דבר שני, לא יש witnesses, לא ליטרלי היה חייב לקרוא לג'וני? לא ליטרלי היה חייב לקרוא לה? אז יש ביילפס שיכולים להיות שמה ויכולים לעשות טסטימוני שג'וני בכלל לא פגעה באף אחד והיא הלכה איתם בלי בעיות. Are you kidding me? Oh, I never... Objection! מה הלוג'יק פה? Miss Woods repaid Mr. Justice's kindness with violence. We found the proof of her foul deed there in the courtroom ruins. What on earth? Do you see it? There in front of Mr. Justice's right hand. Witness the message he left us. It's written in blood. WOODS? Why isn't that? That's right, Your Honor. It says the words in capital letters. What? I submit that Mr. Justice left us with the name of his attacker before he fainted. Okay? No, that can't be true. What Apollo read my name? מסכים, דבר ראשון, דבר שני. דבר שני, תודה רבה שהזכרתי עכשיו. dying message? הוא בדרך כלל נחשב false lead. בדרך כלל זה משהו שמזייפים איתו בצורה אחת או אחרת. אם זה הקולפריטס עושים את זה, או שבעצם יש משהו אחר שקורה פה. כמו במקרה של דליה. הרפורד בברידג' של טורנאבאוט. יש אפילו את הנושא הזה שחושבים שזה היה dying message, אבל יצא בעצם שזה משום היה ה-ID אינטרפול של מיסטר לטוס בטורנאבאוט סרנייד. אז dying message לא אומר שום דבר במקרה הזה. Mr. Wright, the nerve of him leaving that message? Why would he do this? Hey, don't take it out on me. I don't understand it any more than you do. But we discovered Apollo yesterday. hub. Oh. Ah! Okay, אני לא אשכרה אעשה את זה. We didn't even have the chance to rush over to him. As soon as security heard Athena's scream, they ran in and cordoned off the area. Sure. After that, they were there in courtroom number 4 with Apollo the whole time. What? Okay. We couldn't investigate anything ourselves and had to leave everything to the police. Still, I never thought they would find some bloody writing there. Now then, please begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. מה לעזאזל אפשר לעשות פה בקרוס? Overcame with pale coughing. Apollo stayed when we went to the ruins, but I was called back to give testimony. Insisted on staying behind. I swear I didn't attack Apollo. Why would I ever hurt such a kind person? כאילו אפשר להגיד למה אפולו רצה בעצם להישאר בקוטו מספר 4. Hold it! I better not ask her about Apollo. Hello. I used a small talk here to get her to relax a bit. I don't fucking צוחק עליי, זה useless. Do you have any hobbies, Miss Woods? Hobbies? Oh, well, I love growing vegetables in my garden. And I love to knit. I like sewing too. I made this outfit myself. Oh. Keep it up, Mr. Wright. It's working. Now ask her if she has a crush on anyone. I feel that I'm a caca! So, is there anyone in particular you like right now? Objection! Mr. Wright, is that question even remotely related to this case? This case? Not really. Mr. Wright, you will refrain from asking questions that are related to the case at hand. Sorry, Your Honor. Minus 1 to brownie points. Miss Woods, please continue with your testimony. I believe you were telling about your attack on Mr. Justice? למה אי אפשר לחדד בנוגע למה אפולו נשאר אחורה? למה הוא נשאר בקודם 4? אז זה הדבר היחיד שאני יכול לחשוב עליו. Why exactly did you go to the courtroom ruins? We went to look for my medicine to stop my coughing. Your medicine? Why would your medicine be in courtroom number 4? I dropped it in the heat of the moment. I'm red brainy. It was keeping my medicine safe for me. There's a little compartment that I can put things in, you see. And Tony Fanti has the same kind of same type of pocket. That's where the bomb was inserted. I had to put my medicine for my coughing fits inside Bomber Pliny. When I told Apollo about it, he said he would help me to go look for him. There was some trouble in there. I was worried, but there was no rubble or anything in front of the witness stand. There was no rubble or anything in front of the witness stand. לא יש את זה. כי פה זה ה-witness stand. אז מה זה? So, when we got inside, Apollo went straight there. And started looking for my Ronnie in the area. It was so nice of him to do that for me, in spite of all his injuries. Apollo is so strong and kind, just like the trees of the forest. The way she makes him sound, you would think Apollo was some kind of ancient god. לא! אפולו זה כן שם של אל... אפילו גם. אפילו ואפולו זה מיוונית אם אני לא טועה. אפילו ואפולו, שני אלה נחשבים לגריק גודס אם אני לא טועה. אז כן, אז טכנית אפולו מבוסס בעצם, או לפחות השם שלו מבוסס בעצם על אל. אז, או אליל, whatever, מה שאתם רוצים להאמין. אני לא מאמין בכל הבולשיט הזה. אני רק שומע את זה באינטרנט. Oh, wait. בפיניקס אחר כך נזכר. So that's why you went to the ruins. I see. That seems to be quite an important fact. Please add it to your testimony, Miss Quartz. Okay. Police are looking for Bomber Pine near the witness stand, where there was no rubble. Okay.
Objection!
Is that obvious? So, he started his search with the witness stand, you say? That's right. I guess maybe he wanted to start from the furthest point in the room. He was being so brave and strong. But that's odd. Under the circumstances, he shouldn't have been capable of doing that. But he was, and he still is. He might not look like it, but he really is brave. And kind, too. No. That's not the part I'm finding fault with. Someone has a crush on Apollo. What you are claiming is something that no one should have been able to do. But I should think that anyone can be brave and kind if they wanted to be, Mr. Right. Literally, Phoenix about is a location leze? True. Anyone can be brave and kind, but if you would please take a look at this diagram. With the courtroom in this state, how was it possible to walk up to the witness stand? Oh! I see your point. The rubble blocks off access to the area around the witness stand. Does such a tiny inconsistency even matter? Perhaps the witness is simply misremembering it. Great. No, I'm not so sure what it matters. I'm not so sure it matters. A real man doesn't make mountains out of molehills, you know? But that's precisely what Mr. Wright does best. I call slander, Your Honor! So, was it really impossible to approach the witness stand? I have to say, it's a bit hard to tell with any accuracy from just this diagram. Mr. Payne, do you have any other photos of the crime scene? Let me see, Your Honor. Ah, yes, I have one more. Here it is. It's a more pulled back version of the photo I presented before. Ah! Interesting! Huh? What's that hunk of metal on wheels? Mr. Payne, is the metallic object in the photo Mr. Tony's bomb transport case? That's right. Is there a problem? Ah, yes. That transport case was there in courtroom number 4 when the bomb went off. It must have been there ever since. Oh, that's it! Miss Woods, have you remembered something? Yes, I just realized. Its position. It's different from before. Its position? The position of what? The position of the big metal thing. The bomb transport case? Yes, when Apollo and I went there, it was in a different place. Where the case is in the photo was open space, so it was easy to search the stand. I see. So where was the transport case when you and Mr. Justice saw it? As I recall, I think it was more to the right. To the right? Then that means... in that case, the case was over there at the time of Apollo's attack? Who cares when the transport case was when? What difference does it make? כאילו די אפשר להבין שזה זז, כי... אם מסתכלים על הבנדנה, זה מישהו הזיז את זה על הבנדנה, או אחד מהתחבושות, המומיה של אפולו. אפשר לראות את זה שזה בעצם זז. מפה, אם זה יותר ימינה, על פי הדיאגרמה, אם נזיז את זה יותר ימינה, ה-dying message יותר לא יופיע. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Where the transport case was has everything to do with this discussion. In fact, it's so important that it's enough to turn the prosecution's argument on its ear. What? Yeah, well, that certainly sounds very relevant indeed. And you sound as though you know where the transport case, where the case was at the time of the attack. You tell me now? Yes, Your Honor. This diagram represents the crime scene as shown in the photo. And this is what the transport case was at the time of the assault on Mr. Justice. Right. Have this. Bomb transport case was here at the time of Apollo's attack. Oh.
Take that!
A dying message. Your Honor, I assert that this is what the transport case was at the time of the assault. But that's... inconceivable! Miss Woods, was this what the transport case was when you saw it? Yes! Yes, that's where it was! Thank you, Miss Woods. I'm sure the court has noted an interesting fact about this position. The transport case covers up the writing in blood. Exactly. And the transport case was in that position at the time of the assault. Then no message could have been written there because the case was in the way. Which leads us to conclude that Mr. Justice couldn't have left the bloody writing.
Objection!
Why should we believe the defendant's claim that the case was in a different position? He's obviously lying. Yes, סימנים. יש סימנים. ואז אפשר לראות את זה obvious שזה אחרי Justice בגלל שזה על התחבושות.
Objection!
He's obviously lying. The fact that the case was moved after the assault of Mr. Justice is proof by none other than Miss Woods' testimony alone. It's proved by more. What? Where is this proof you're talking about? It's right here in the crime photo. I'm keen to see this proof myself, Mr. Wright. Finding this photo indicates that a transport case was moved after the assault. She's out of bandana.
Take that!
Please take a look at the mark that runs over Mr. Justice's bandages here. See it? What is it? This mark was made by one of the casters from the transport case carrying the bomb. As the case was moved, it ran over his bandages. In other words, the transport case was originally to the right of Mr. Justice. Then, after Mr. Justice was assaulted, the transport case was moved. What? Just as Miss Wood said, the case was covered in the writing at the time of the assault. Therefore, it was impossible for Mr. Justice to have left that message in blood. Now! Let's go! Okay! עכשיו, עשיתי כמו שבדרך כלל יש באייס אטרני, וביטלתי את הפואנטה של הדיינג מסאג', את הביטוי המקורי שלו. You did, boss. It was a real nail biter, but you pulled it off. Yep. That should bring down the prosecution's claim like a house of cards. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright, that was a very clever deduction. Aw, it was nothing, Your Honor. Nothing but pure genius. Take that! Boss, I'm sensing a definite smug and braggy vibe coming off of you. I just have one question, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? Mr. Justice didn't leave this message in blood. Then who did? Oh. Huh? What? Ow! Well? Looks like I should have taken that train of thought through to the last station. Well, I've heard a lot about this. Now, this is Mr. Wright's famous bluffing technique, is it? Ah, this feeling, it brings back memories of the old days. Back when you carved out your name for yourself by bluffing your way through thick and thin. Gee, Mr. Wright. The judge kind of makes you sound no better than a 2-bit con man. You made your argument with such confidence, Mr. Wright. Now, I would like to hear your answer with just as much confidence. Hey! Until the judge asked the question, you didn't catch on either, Buster! What now, boss? Up here you did bluff your way into a corner. There must be a way through this. I have to dig my way into the truth somehow. Wow, the cinematic! Who could have read that message in blood? The culprit Apollo of someone else. היחיד שיכול להיות בכלל קשור לפנדון זה קנדי סאו. אבל טד טונייט הוא הרוצח. או זה שעשה את הפיצוץ, את הפצצה מלכתחילה. אני אעשה סייב. If Apollo didn't leave that bloody writing, maybe it was Apollo's attacker who wrote it and made it look like Apollo did it. That seems like the most reasonable explanation. But wait a moment, I just realized something, boss. What is it? Look at the amount of blood in the photo. It doesn't look like Apollo bled very much. I wonder if it's even possible to write out words with just this much. Yeah, you're right. אני שם לב שיש פה משהו. פה יש משהו. Good thing Apollo didn't lose that much blood. That might have been a factor in why he survived the assault. And since there was so little blood, that pretty much rules out his attacker, huh? I guess so. But if it wasn't his attacker, then who else could it have been? Who could have written? Someone else. If it wasn't Apollo, who could have left the bloody message? אם מדברים על כמות של דם לאפולו, אם מדברים על כמות של דם, אז זה חייב להיות קנדיס.
Take that!
To be honest, I don't have any real proof of this. Well, I've come this far. There's no turning back now. Besides Apollo, there was one more person who shed blood at this crime scene. Person who shed blood? You know what I mean. Oh, but I do. I believe it was Kenny Song who left behind this message in blood. What? Okay. What? Detective R? Are you sure you know what you're doing here? Master Bluff? Here we go! Not really?
Objection!
What kind of ridiculous assertion is that? If you had said the attacker left the message to throw people off, it might have made sense. At first glance, that would seem to be the most reasonable explanation. However, Paul didn't shed enough blood to write such an extensive message. I see. Even the photo makes it clear there wasn't enough blood to write all those letters. And Mr. Justice did survive. Suppose he didn't bleed very extensively in that case. But why would Detective R write the defendant's name? There is no connection between the two whatsoever. כן. כולם אומרים שאין שום קונקשן בין שני אלה. ג'וני וגספר. They had never even met each other. That's very true. Well then, let's see. Then maybe the intended meaning of the message is not what it appears to be. ליטרלי מה שמופיע בחולי סטרני דרך אגב. The intended meaning? Not what it appears to be? Maybe the message was not intended to be words. Coming from you, that's quite the bold statement, Mr. Wright. You wish to assert that this bloody rain could have some other meaning? יש את זה פה, אבל יש את זה, יש חלק ריק. לכן צריך לחשוב עליו. אז יש words. הדבר היחיד שיש עליו מספר זה זה. L1 00154. Oh! Oh my god. Oh my god, a city checkmate! L 1 0 0 1 5 R ומה שנוסף זה פה לחבר את שני אלה בשביל L הפוכה בשביל לעשות W ואז אחר כך העיגול הזה בשביל שיהיה D. Oh my god! זה חייב להיות מה שזה. זה חייב להיות הטרנספורט קייס. Yes! Yes, Your Honor. There's something I pulled out of the wormhole. It could turn out to be true, right? Can! Literally can!
Objection!
כי הרי אפולו עדיין דימם, זה לא משנה את זה זה לא משנה את זה שאפולו עדיין דימם. הוא לא מת, אבל הוא עדיין דימם. עדיין יש דם של אפולו.
It clearly says words, as anyone can plainly see. What other meaning could it possibly have?
Objection!
But Candace was a detective. Maybe it would only mean something to the police. Like a police scanner code, for example.
I didn't think of that. I've checked his honor, but you'll never get the best of me. Everything was studying on the weekends, and as you may have already guessed, and there was no such radio code as words in this state, dear Mr. Wright.
זה טרנספורט קייס. זה הטרנספורט קייס, רק יש קו אחד שמוסיפים לאחד ומחברים אותו עם ה-L בשביל W. יש את הקו של ה-D וה-R נמחק. Is that a fact?
Don't look at me. I know as much as you do about police codes. Enough of this. I was quite taken with the defense's new theory. But if they can't substantiate it with anything, then I must add things here.
No, please, wait, Your Honor! אני יודע את התשובה!
Very well, but before we discuss this theory any further, I demand a plausible explanation. So, Mr. Wright, what is the true meaning of the bloody writing?
Well, I believe it's...
And no stalling! If you can come up with an answer quickly, I will declare this discussion officially over.
I'm in trouble now. What other meaning could it have besides the obvious one? The altered message, for fuck's sakes!
Maybe it means something in another language? Or maybe it's code. Think, Phoenix, you can do this. Which piece of evidence will tell us what the word words really mean?
A transport case.
Take that!
The bomb transport case? I've about tied it up to here with your shenanigans, Mr. Wright.
Take a look at the numbers on this case, Your Honor. L10015R. Doesn't this string look vaguely familiar?
L10. What does that have to do with anything? What could those numbers possibly have to do with the case at hand?
Now please take a look at the bloody writing shown in the crime photo. Oh, I think I see it! Suck yourself. The girl! That's one on my side.
It says words.
Or you could say it's a horse of a different color, Your Honor. The first character isn't a W. It's actually an L and a 1. The next two are zeros.
Oh my goodness!
The true meaning behind the bloody writing isn't Miss Woods' name. It's the number engraved on this bombed transport case.
Objection!
What are you talking about? That spot doesn't make any sense. The next number is a 1, but the bloody writing says D.
Objection!
But the numbers on the case and the bloody writing can be made to match up quite easily. This is how the number on the transport case can be made to match the bloody writing. Erase two lines. Erase two lines. אחד זה הקו של ה-W והשני זה... הקו ה-W והשני זה ה-D. נעשה סייב ומקרה לזה בפתאום. Please erase the third downward stroke of the W and the curved part of the D. Well, would you look at that? Oh, Luis. No, Your Honor. It isn't meant to be read as a word. It's number L10015. Which, if you take away the final R, is the exact same number that's on the bomb transport case.
Objection!
Erase the lines and I'm much up, you say? Well, I can change anything into anything else simply by erasing two lines. If you erase two lines from your name, would you be happy as Mr. Right? Well, would you, Mr. Right?
Oh my... The only right way to spell it is right. Okay. I'm doing pretty well here, and I think I've drawn the right conclusion. The bomb's real message to us is the bomb transport case number. Your Honor, the two lines were added by the real culprit to intentionally mislead people.
What?
The original message Detective Bomb left behind was the transport case number. But whoever saw that Mr. Apollo changed the message.
If you're right, boss, then what do you suppose Detective R was trying to tell us?
Good question. What does this number represent? A ID jetonate. No? The ID jetonate. איפה לא אומרים, לטונט יש את הפאקינג מפתח. כן, ה-ID number. Candace Arm lost her life in the courtroom bombing. Her dying message could only have had one purpose.
No!
To tell us the name of the one who was responsible for the bombing. AKA Tentonate.
Well, don't keep us in suspense, Mr. Wright. Tell us who she was trying to name.
Culprit that the victim was trying to identify is none other than Tentonate. The defense wishes to indict Mr. Tentonate to the on charge of the courtroom bombing.
Tentonate?
Primarily, disabling bombs isn't Mr. Tonate's only specialty. Somehow, the victim must have realized that he was the bomb. So when she was caught in the blast, she left his bomb transport case number as her dying message. She used Mr. Tonate's own ID number to figure him out for the crime.
Objection!
Why would anyone go out of their way to write an ID number?
That's built about Saturday, huh?
When they simply write the person's name?
There's got no point there.
What do you have to say to that, Mr. Wright?
That only Detective Arm would know the answer to that. But allow me to offer a theory. Perhaps Detective Arm couldn't recall Mr. Tonate's name in the heat of the moment. As I recall, this was the first meeting between the two. It's entirely possible they wouldn't have been familiar with each other. Or maybe using the ID number was a way to hide its true meaning from the real culprit, thus lowering the odds that they would erase the bloody writing. But no matter what the reason, the important thing is the meaning behind her message. The fact remains, she wrote Mr. Tonate's ID number.
Objection!
Now, just wait just one moment here. There hasn't been any proof yet that this was indeed Detective Arm who wrote it. writing wasn't found during the investigation after the blast. Detective Harmon left the message. It should have been found at that time.
Objection!
Naturally, Mr. Tony hid it before anyone could discover it. And there's a simple explanation for how he was able to do so.
What?
A transport case, sure! Mr. Tony was able to cover the message up because he's the first to find the body. This stickler for details. The first person to discover the bloody writing was Mr. Tony himself. When Mr. Tony saw that the victim had written his ID number, he used the bomb transport case to cover up the bloody writing as a stopgap measure.
Oh, and that's why the message in blood was under the transport case.
It didn't have enough time to try and scrub away the writing. If he didn't report the body right away, he would look suspicious. So those letters lived on to serve another function. When Mr. Toadette used them in another incident.
Oh, the assault on Mr. Justice.
Exactly. Mr. Toadette hit upon a plan to use the bloody writing for his own purposes. So he didn't clean it away. Instead, he made it look like Mr. Justice wrote it. By adding 2 lines to the writing that Detective Arm left behind. He changed the meaning of the message. He made it look like Mr. Justice was accusing Miss Woods of the attack.
So that means...
The only person who could have altered the bloody writing was the courtroom bomber. Who was the same person that assaulted Mr. Justice. And that person is Ted Tonate. Ah! Yes! Suck us off! Indication of the crime, bitch!
Order in the court. Order, I say. It looks like we'll have to hear from the bomb specialist himself.
The military bomb specialist did it obvious!
Mr. Payne, please have Mr. Tony take the witness stand. Yes, Your Honor.
That was great, Mr. Wright. Just doing what I do best.
Which is flying by the seat of my pants.
Aha, fuck you. I finally drawn Mr. Tony back onto the witness stand. Looks like you'll get your wish, Goggle Man. Now watch me take your lies apart. Accept not to be continued. Accept not to be continued. Okay. Yes! Not to be continued! Yes! Yes! It's a lot to be continued.
Mr. Tonate, I'm afraid we have a few more questions for you.
Oh my god, Lasso! שיהיה לי בהצלחה!
Objection!
סליחה? I wouldn't be laughing if I were you, Mr. Tonate. The message left in blood matches your ID number. The same ID number that was there on the bomb transport case. Oh, for goodness fuck. רגע, שנייה. Far-fetched? Come on, Pokemon? I'll have them untangled for you in no time at all. You were the first person on the scene after Detective Arm left her message. In blood. You were the only one who could have hidden the writing and then use it again later.
צמוד אפשר גם לעשות DNA analysis? It's a very good question. Well, do you, Mr. Wright?
The best way to prove Detective Arm wrote that message is to analyze DNA.
Your Honor, I request that a DNA test be performed on the blood itself. But if we know whose it is, it will be obvious as who wrote the message.
Very well.
Bailiff, please put in a request for a DNA test with the forensics team.
Yes, sir!
It will be some time before we have the results of the analysis. Until then, let's hear more from the witness.
Oh my god. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, בניגש לזה, testimony. After the explosion, okay.
למה הוא כל הזמן עושה את זה? זה מעצבן!
זה נטרל לי מחייב אותי ללחוץ פעמיים!
Okay, sure, whatever, מה שאתה אומר.
So, you're saying that the victim's body was nowhere near where the writing was? Oh my god.
It's true that the body was discovered near the entrance to the courtroom. Please have a look at this crime scene photo.
Oh.
As you can see, there was no blood on the rubble near the victim's body. She must have died after hitting her head there.
Okay.
I see. Right then, Mr. Wright. May examine the witness.
Yeah, sure, whatever. בוא ניגש לקרוס. That was the first one. But it wasn't a bloody writing there. Yeah, but there was no way Detective Arm could have written it. She had struck her head on rubble and died near the courtroom entrance. זה הדגשה של תמונה, בדרך כלל זה אומר שיש משהו. אז פשוט תמונה יותר מורחבת של זה, אוקיי.
Flat object! Flat object!
וזה עם קודקוד!
Objection!
אוקיי, תודה רבה שאני יכול לעשות פרס! You are a terrible liar, Mr. Tonate. Okay. Take a look at this autopsy. Specifically, the part about Detective Arm's head injury. Cause of death? Trauma to the back of the head caused by impact with a flat object.
Yes, with an object.
Now take a good look at the bloody piece of rubble. It's sharp and pointed. אני לא עושה את זה, זה אשכרה ג'יבריש. סליחה לפוצץ את הבא, אבל זה אשכרה ג'יבריש, אני לא יכול לעשות את זה.
Hey, you're right, boss. It is pointy. Just like you're...
Oh, for fuck's sake!
is odd, isn't it? What could be the meaning of this contradiction?
And maybe it means the victim did not hit her head on this piece of rubble. The bloodstain you see is just another fabrication. Its purpose is to mislead us into thinking the victim died near the courtroom entrance. Literally, כל מה שיש איתו זה cover up, cover up, cover up, cover up. מה זה הדבר הזה? Are you claiming the culprit moved the victim's body? That's exactly what I'm claiming. The victim hit her head at some other location. Most likely on the floor or some other flat surface. And this location was somewhere near where the bloody writing was found. In that case, she definitely could have written the message. You're on! The results of the bloodstain analysis.
Ah, very good timing.
Let's take a look.
According to this report, the message was written in Detective Arm's blood.
And as the defense claims, the only parts of the message that were added afterwards
Were written in Mr. Justice's blood.
perfect!
It would appear that the defense's assertion is correct after all.
Perfect!
Yes, you did. You were right, boss.
Now I have to drive it home.
Take a good look at the bloody writing analysis later.
But I said עכשיו. The analysis definitely proves the blood of the writing that the victim can disarm Shava. However, the lines that were added later were found to be written in the blood of Apollo Justice 3. אז כן, זה guaranteed הבלד הראשי שזה ה-ID number זה ה-transport case.
Mr. Tonate, it is now apparent that you have told several lies to this court. I hope you have some sort of explanation for yourself.
רגע, אשכרה קונפס, זהו, כשהיה נגמר, יאללה, הולכים הביתה, מה זה?
You will? But then, why are you so calm?
This time, I will tell the truth.
Yeah, sure. נראה לי המצב היחיד שבו זה אשכרה היה נכון, נראה לי זה היה אדריאן אנדרוס, או שיש עוד משהו שאני לא זוכר. מתי שאשכרה לא משקרים, זה או גמשו אצל Terrible Buys, או אדריאן אנדרוס ב-Justice for All. מוזיקה השתתה.
It's already all of my humor. He said he had sent me. Let me go. Elwood, you're no longer alone. But he not take me at all. It is common that taking me for the real boss. I want you to be human. I will body that color right. My God.
Wow!
I see. So it is your assertion that you merely moved the body. Is that it?
That is why I did not kill this all.
Oh, well, if that's all you did, then... Wait a minute! That in and of itself is a criminal act!
Glad to see you finally crossed that finish line, Your Honor. Guys, they're literally tampering with evidence.
Very well, then. Your cross-examination, please, Mr. Wright.
It's true that you were my ID number. She clearly wrote ID. I was shocked, but I did not detonate the bomb. She must have mistaken me for the real bomber. Wanting to be accused, I moved the body and covered the writing. Then I wrote, I was shocked. אני לא רוצה להגיד לא בדיוק, כי ה-R חסר, ה-R זה פה אמור להיות. אבל מאיפה אתה יודע שזה אמור להיות R? או לפחות זה אמור להיות R על פי... גם על פי הסימונים וגם אם משאיר את זה לטרנספורט קייס. איך אפשר לדעת שזה R אם זה ככה? לא? זה הלוג'יק, נכון? כי כמו שאני אמרתי קודם, בשביל לעשות את ה-ID ל-R, מוחקים את הקו הזה של ה-W, מוחקים את ה-D וה-R נעלם. זה הלוג'יק. אין את ה-R.
Objection!
אוקיי, כן. I just want to make a doubly sure that L10015R is really what you saw written in blood.
Yes, it is very clearly said L10015R.
But that's odd, because that's not what I see.
Objection!
Oh my god, אוקיי, כן. כן, עכשיו מדברים על זה שה-R לא מופיע.
What on earth are you babbling on now? Was it you who claimed that the bloody writing was his ID number in the first place?
Take a good look at the photo in the bloody writing analysis. Now tell me, does it really say L10015R?
Oh, yeah.
Something is missing, isn't it? And that something is the final R. כן, literally, היתרון פה זה שה-R לא מופיע מפה וודס, זה עושה את זה יפה. וזה לא יהיה וודסר או משהו.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Tonate?
ברא, זה שוב? Come back, my beautiful contradiction! Mr. Right, I'm not so sure it was just a simple slip of the finger. כן, כי יש עדיין רמדנס ל-R, עדיין יש חלקים של ה-R בתוך זה. You have something for me, Afina? I sense that he is extremely agitated, almost panicked. He does look pretty flustered.
Well, Mr. Wright, it was nothing more than a mere mistake.
I know. Did he really just make a typo? What about the R? Did Mr. Tonic really see it? He actually saw it. Maybe Mr. Tonic really did see the R. But there's no R anywhere in the bloody mess writing. What's going on here? זה בגלל שה-R נחתך על ידי הבלוק. רגע. Oh my god. אוקיי. כן, בדרך כלל זה מתחיל מ-9 עד 10. בדרך כלל הטריאל מתחיל מ-9 עד 10. למה יגיד שזה למה האוטופסי אומר מ-8 עד 11? כי רוב הזמן בתקופת הטריאל, כן, אבל... למה 8? 8 אומר בעצם 8 אומר שזה היה לפני הטרייל. שאם ככה, אהרון מתה לפני הפיצוץ. אני אעשה את זה עוד פעם, כי אני לא זוכר אם עשיתי את זה. But there's no R anywhere in the bloody writing. What's going on here? Huh? Now that I take another good look at it, at the photo, I think maybe... That's it! What is it now, Mr. Wright? You trying to imitate Apollo and his cords of steel? Oh my god, that's gonna be a perfect it. I've got it! That's what happened. A slip of the finger. Is that really all it was? Because I don't think so. I propose that Mr. Tony really did say the little R. But... well, it clearly shows that there is no R. Aber yes or dumb? Yes or dumb, so I'm accounted for. No, Your Honor. Actually, just the opposite is true. The photo shows that Mr. Tony actually could have seen the R. If you're going to make that claim, then you better be able to point out what you mean. What part of the photo shows that Mr. Tony could have seen the R?
Take that!
Please look here to the right of the 5. Do you see a little bit of red? Oh, I see it. Just on the edge of where the floor was broken up. That's the R that Mr. Tony saw.
Objection!
It's true that the witness wears some very, very old goggles. But it doesn't mean his eyesight is bad, nor his brain power. What part of the little smudge looks like an R to you?
Objection!
But what Mr. Tony saw wasn't that little smudge. There was a whole and complete R written there. Before the floor was damaged by the explosion.
Oh, well that explains it. Huh? Care to explain what you mean?
טוב לפחות לראות שאני ופיניקס נמצאים פה באותו דף. דטקטיב ארם בגלל האוטופסי רפורט, בדרך כלל זה מתחיל 9-10 יותר לכיוון 10. למה זה אומר בעצם שזה בין 8 ל-11?
Because you just proposed that everything that happened in the exact opposite order.
Yep. Because that's the way it really went down.
The timing of when the R was written turns everything about this case around. Now then, if the floor was damaged by the explosion, when was this message written before?
With the bloody message running off at the edge of the damaged floor like that, we can only conclude that it was written before the explosion.
That's ridiculous!
If that were true, it overturns your own premise. That's right. It does. In fact, it turns everything upside down. The victim was not killed by the explosion in the courtroom. She was killed before the explosion ever occurred. תודה רבה! מאז זה גורם לטוני להיות פשוט רוצח פלוס הפיצוץ. לא רוצח בטעות, אלא אשכרה רוצח.
Order in the court! What kind of preposterous claim is that? Have you forgotten that the victim's body was found at the scene of the explosion?
Objection!
הוכחנו שהגופה זזה! True, but consider this scenario. She was hit in the head and killed before the explosion, or even before the trial began. Her body was subsequently placed in the courtroom ruins after the bombing occurred. That way, it could have been made to look like she was a victim of the blast.
What What? Sounds like we had better look into what the victim was doing before the trial. Mr. Payne, did anyone see Detective Arm before the trial? Let's see. According to the police report... Ah, here it is. One person summoned the victim before the trial. That person was... Tony. Wait, what? No one besides Mr. Tony saw the victim? Perfect! Literally perfect! That appears to be the case, Your Honor. They literally said the perfect! We'll now ask the court to recall something. Specifically, Mr. Tony's words from yesterday. שניהם היו העבירו את הפצצה, כן. Oh my! Mr. Tony, just before the trial you were with the victim. The two of you were together at the scene of the crime, courtroom number 4. אני לא עושה את כל הג'יבריש הזה. Your Honor, the defense requests new testimony from Mr. Tony. We wish to hear what he has to say about his whereabouts just before the trial. Mr. Tony, your testimony, please. He's completely unnerved, Mr. White. He must have hit a nail on the head. Oh my God! אני לא עושה את כל הג'יבריש הזה. Ah, blast this thing! It's only in the courtroom with the victim because of our work. I swear I was only transporting the bomb there.
Objection!
You and the victim were alone together at the scene of the crime. In other words, you certainly had the opportunity to commit murder, did you not?
Objection!
Are you always leave yourself so open to attacks, Mr. Wright? What now, Mr. Payne? Yes, Mr. Tony may have had the opportunity to kill Detective Arm. But an important piece of your assertion is missing. What important piece? The murder weapon! What do you claim was used to kill the victim? Oh. Mr. Payne has a point. Even if Mr. Tony had the chance, without a weapon, we can't accuse him of the crime. Well, Mr. Tony? Oh, yes, that's right. I didn't have anything on me that could be used as a murder weapon on me. I couldn't possibly have killed Detective Arm. Did he really have nothing he could use as a murder weapon? What is it, Athena? Just looking over at the victim's autopsy report. A flat object עוד פעם. זה הדבר היחיד שזה יכול להיות, flat object. Flat object that time. Was flat object. Oh! Flat object וזה למה זה נסדק. Oh my god. Game over. I'm hoping there is something in here that we can point us in the right direction. Well, it does say that she died from a trauma to the back of the head with a flat object. Yeah, and to inflict that specific kind of injury, all you would need is a flat surface, right? Every blunt object with a flat surface could definitely be our murder weapon. Well, Mr. Wright, in indicate for the court when it was used to kill Detective Arm?
I believe I can. Believe being the key word here.
You can? And please do so now. What did Mr. Tony have that could have been used as the murder weapon?
That's all.
Take that!
Mr. Tony, you say you didn't have anything that could be used as a weapon.
Well, in fact, you had the perfect thing.
What? The devil are you talking about?
Had this.
That's the bomb! I thought you were trying to prove that the victim wasn't killed by the bomb blast.
להפצצה! כאילו לא הפיצוץ, אלא אשכרה להרבה... רגע! אם אשכרה הוא דפק את הפצצה על קנדיס והרג אותה ככה, לא הפצצה הייתה מתפוצצת בכל מקרה? אומייגאד. The bomb blast? No, but I believe Kenneth's arm was killed with this bomb. This is the blunt object that delivered the fatal blow to her head. Please recall the description of Detective Arm's head wound. Trauma to the back of the head caused by an impact with a flat object. We assume this injury was sustained when her head hit the floor. But a blow from any flat side of this bomb would produce the same exact wound pattern.
Ah! Ah!
Wow. Oh my god. Oh fucking good shit. What's with him? שאלה טובה!
And show me some proof.
Where's the evidence that I hit the victim with the bomb?
He's right, I don't have anything decisive.
מה עם הסתיקה בטיימר? מה עם הסתיקה של הטיימר? To find any of the victim's blood on the bomb? That would be decisive proof. Too bad. The bomb is blown to bits. It's long gone. Boom! Game over. Yeah.
Mr. Wright, is there really nothing on the bomb in the photo?
טיימר הסדוק. כן, זכוכית סדוקה.
I don't see any blood or anything. Wait, the timing display is a little broken here.
כן, תודה רבה.
Maybe it broke when it made contact with Detective Arm's head.
That's definitely a distinct possibility. But unless we find a fragment with the victim's blood on it, it's not going to count.
I guess you're right.
Bruh. By setting off the bomb, Tony managed to obliterate all traces of the murder weapon. אולי יש עוד evidence איפשהו? What the world do I do now? At times like this, I've got to change gears and look at things in a different way. Instead of looking the things that he wasn't able to hide, I should be looking for the way to expose things he did hide. That Tony killed Detective Arm before the trial started. And he placed the body in the courtroom after the bomb went off. Which means there was something in there to keep hidden until then. Oh! אני לא חשבתי על זה! איך הוא הסתיר את הגופה? ממתי שהוא הרג אותה עד אחרי הפיצוץ? I think I have just the thing. Not to present the photo that shows exactly what Mr. Tony had to hide. הוא היה חייב להחביא את ארם, כי איכשהו אף אחד לא ראה אותה עד אחרי הפיצוץ. זה obvious. Your Honor, there's something we've all been overlooking. If the murder took place before trial, then Mr. Tony would have had to hide the body somewhere during the trial. Hey, you're right. If we can't figure out where that hiding place was... So if we can't figure out, whatever. Exactly. Might be able to find some evidence we can pin him down with. So where can Mr. Tony have hidden the body during the trial? A transport case.
Take that!
Wait. A box big enough for a body? A box that was in the courtroom the whole time? A box nobody would touch if they thought there was a bomb in it? Mr. Tonate! God damn it! הוא משתמש בתוך האפליקציה שלו עוד פעם, God damn it.
What is it? Do you finally have some evidence to show me?
No! You're the one who's going to show it to me!
Come again.
You heard me? Now, show me what's inside the bomb transport case! What? Why? No, there's no need! Cardio now, bitch! Just before the trial, you killed the victim with a blunt object. And then you placed her body in the ruins of the courtroom after the bomb went off. Clearly, you were trying to make it look like she died in the explosion. But where was the body hidden during the trial? Oh, I hadn't thought of that. The answer is right here. Inside a box made of fake alloy plating that can withstand any impact. No, that's completely false. If it's false, you should have no objections to showing us your transport case. So, let's open it up and take a look inside, shall we? Okay. Oh. If I hold it. בבקשה! God damn it.
Let's not. Not if you value your life.
What's he up to now?
Remain calm and listen carefully. This bomb will detonate in 5 minutes.
Hey, oh, Ma? What? Huh?
I think this is exactly what it will detonate in 5 minutes.
What's going on?
I recommend you adjust this file. Before this bomb goes off.
Mr. Tony, are you threatening me?
I am the only one who can disable this bomb. If you don't want me to do not one die, your only option is to listen.
בוא, מה זה הנונסנס הזה עכשיו?
But Mr. Tony, didn't you say that's just a training model? Fake to practice on?
This is a special line. This is the real deal. This is the HH that we have.
זה המודל שלו. But the HH-3000 was used to blow up the courtroom number 4, wasn't it?
I didn't know the real HH that we have in law code before.
Huh?
The problem is law code. Law code is the little one. 158.
What? But, and are we to take that as a confession on your part? בוא, little לא עושה confession ובלאקמייל לכולם, what the fuck?
Maybe anyway you must. Just before the trial. That should be instinct that we found out of dead or the moral boxes. Now the bomb explodes the circle of horror.
Mr. Toadate, please be reasonable. They really expect us to believe a crazy story like that?
Oh my god!
I must confess, no one opened the stuffed animal to check. So there really is a possibility that the bomb was switched out?
No, not a possibility. Capacity. I did.
Oh my god. So, he's had the real bomb with him this whole time.
Do not tell that I will feel what you can. You do not have a fun.
Okay, wow. Or on the court. Hey, buddy! Double! Run! My god. Oh, I was gonna play the phone.
You four are still here. Well, off your way.
I just want to for the judge presiding over this court to run. But that horrible explosion the other day.
The judge looks like he's about to book it for the nearest exit any second. As for Mr. Payne... Ow! Bye! Bye! And he's off. Mr. Wright! What do we do? It'd be pretty pathetic to run now, wouldn't it? The bomb might really go off!
Only 3 more minutes. Oh,
Huh. Okay, then I'm about to time it! Is that bomb really the H8 Jack 3000? What should I do? Stand my ground! I can't run now.
well, this is on the time we go now. When my dear these things just responded naturally. And finally, I will buy you again having fun. Even the terrible future bomb is doesn't fail manually. Because this entire thing followed, I will definitely be under the bomb.
אז אתה תפוצץ את עצמך ככה, yeah, sure.
Farewell.
בבקשה, לא אפליקציה.
Hold it!
Okay. You're not going anywhere, Ted Telnate.
No.
Your Honor, there is no reason to be afraid. That bomb is a fake.
Are you sure, Mr. Wright?
No, your famous movie. Even in the rest of your own life.
Lie down! I'm tired of little Mafia.
Mr. Wright?
None of your bluffing now.
Not like this! Lives are on the line here.
I'm not bluffing, and I have proof.
You do? Yes, of course, Your Honor. It's right here, in the fire of the bomb. Clear as day. Prove that Mr. Tony's bomb is not the real HH-3000. Really? How is that? Immediately. Where's the proof that Mr. Tony was... that what Mr. Tony is holding is not the real, bomb. A timer.
Take that!
Shut the acidic! The display for the timer on the bomb in the photo is broken. Most likely broken. Mr. Tony used the bomb to attack the detective arm. But the display on the bomb in front of us is not broken. Oh, you're right. Therefore, this is not the real HH-3000. Mr. Tony was clearly lying when he said he switched out the bomb of his in the stuffed animal. The real HH-3000 blew up in courtroom number 4. This bomb is nothing more than a fake, a model used for training purposes. Fear not, Your Honor. I will examine the inside of the bomb transport case myself. Suicide mission, here we go. Yes, please do that, Mr. Wright. Oh, stop! Let's go! Okay! What is that? Is that a bloodstain? Just as I expected. Your lives have all been blown to bits, Mr. Tonate. I'm confident the analysis on this bloodstain will confirm that it's Detective Arm's blood. And that those results will conclusively prove that you murdered Detective Arm. How about it, Mr. Tonate? Feel you can dismantle this decisive evidence? Wow, was I able to off? Dismantle it? Oh my god. You're too late! You missed your chance to run. So now you're out of time. This HH-3000 is about to explode! Don't try to threaten us, Mr. Tonate. אני כל כך confident שהכל יהיה בסדר, אני אפילו be right back. אני אעשה פה סייב למקרה של בעיות, אני אפילו be right back, כי אני רגע צריך לעשות משהו, אז אני כבר חוזר. אז, הללויה. אוקיי, חזרתי. בואו נמשיך. ונקווה שהכל יהיה טוב. Don't try to threaten us, Mr. Tonate.
I've already proved that your bomb is a fake.
It's real! This bomb is the real thing, I tell you! It's real!
Mad bomber, party of one.
There's no time left! It's going to blow! Disarm it! I have to take it apart! I can dismantle anything! I can take apart evidence! I can take apart bombs! I can dismantle it! Now to dismantle! Oh my god! Come on! I'm gonna make it! There's one thing left to do! Whoa! Stop!
What's it? Okay. Okay, sure.
Hate it!
זה לפעמים מזויף. Oh, okay. Bye-bye. Oh.
Game over. Dismantle attempt failed.
Wow! Yes!
It's over! My life has been blown to pieces! It's all that stupid woman's fault. Selling the bomb and dismantle on the black market. She had to take this. She just had to notice, didn't she?
Wow, okay, wow.
You confronted me in courtroom number 4 that day. That's why I had no choice. For I know what I was doing. I hit her. It's all her fault. I was looking for a place to hide her body.
She left a message in her own blood.
I was about to stop, so I didn't have time to clean it up. And now all this. For sure I could disguise her death with an explosion. And that stupid inventor started sticking her nose into my business. In my testimony yesterday, I went to court number 4 and I found that kid all up in my bomb transport case. That's when I stuck up behind him. And then, BAM! And that idiot police arrested that little girl. And the shark could pin it all on her. Why? Oh, why?
Wow.
Detonate. You are hereby under arrest. On the suspicion of the courtroom bombing and the assault on Mr. Justice. Your innocence or guilt will be determined at a later date, at a later trial. Now then, I see that members of the public have returned to the gallery. One person, however, seems to still be running far, far away.
Okay, Gaspin.
Be that as it may, I will now announce Miss Jepper Woods' verdict.
Not guilty, baby! Oh boy, that's it for this is it. Change our ways, baby! Okay. Okay, well, bye, Gaspin. מצעיף אותו.
Court is adjourned.
12 בדצמבר, 12:31, District Court, Defendant Lobby 5, כן.
You there, boss?
Yeah, I guess we managed to pull it off somehow.
So many mysteries cleared up at once. It was amazing.
It just sort of worked out that way, didn't it?
That's not the kind of thing that usually just works out. You made it happen. And the way that Mino Prosecutor hightailed it out of there? That was great. Mr. Right, Tina, thank you for everything you did for me. I'm so happy for you, Junie. Now you can go back home to the forest in peace. I hope the both of you will come and visit me there sometime.
That would be nice. Thank you for the invitation.
I don't know, Mr. Right. I'm not so sure you could make it all the way up to Junie's house. How high do you live up again, Junie? About 3,000 feet, I think.
What? No, forest, that's a mountain. כמה זה במטרים?
But you know, boss, there's something that still bothers me about the case. No, mister, we never got around to solving.
Know that? Yeah, I was wondering about that too. Is this that some mystery you're talking about? Thinking of? A remote! הוא לא מוסכם בכלל!
Take that!
The remote switch, right?
Yeah, I wonder where it disappeared to. Maybe this Mr. Tony just got rid of it somewhere?
Yeah, it's a pretty big thing to leave unsolved though. Well, let's leave it up to the police to find. For now, we should be celebrating our not guilty verdict.
I guess you're right. Hey, I know. Junie, shall we go report the good news? You know, to that certain someone? Okay.
Huh? Our grandmother?
No, silly, to Apollo.
Oh, right. למה לא להגיד לאפולו באמת? Well, why don't we all go to the hospital together to see him?
Great idea. I bet he's bored out of his mind. Okay.
And so, the courtroom bombing case came to a close. But the next trial was just over the horizon. There's never a dull moment with so many lawyers in the office, that's for sure. Apollo Justice, Phoenix Sykes, and me, Phoenix Wright. Between the few of us, there's no case we can't solve. Like, we can't solve. When our powers combine, we're an unstoppable team. At least, that's what I believed. מאחורי. But all of that changed with what Apollo said to us that day. It was something that would put my faith in us to the ultimate test. מה קרה? סימן שאלה, Write Anything Agency, ניחשתי. מה זה? עוד אנימציה!
Sorry, but I'll be taking a leave of absence.
Oh!
Wait, what do you mean by a leave?
Can you at least give me a reason why? I can only say that this is something I must settle on my own.
ג'וסי! גם ג'וסי קיימת לפחות. Oh boy. מה קרה עם אפולו בדיוק?
Oh, why, Apollo? Why are you shutting us out?
מה קורה עם אפולו בדיוק? No!
What happened to you, Apollo? Ever since you put that jacket on, you've changed. And now, for whatever reason, all my mind keeps doing is returning to the day I first met you. We had tackled our first case together, he and I, this past spring. And as we did, I came to know who he is and how he thinks. It was a very peculiar case, one in which the victim was killed by a mythical creature.
טוב לראות את זה פה, לפחות לובש יותר רגיל. And, אוקיי. אוקיי, ועכשיו מתחילים investigations. עכשיו מתחילים investigation sections. אוקיי, אז אני אסיים את הלייב של היום פה, obviously, כי הפרק הבא הולך להיות אפיסוד 2. אז, כן. זה כיף. אז, כן. כאן ירין ניפגש רגע. אני אעשה את האוטו רגיל. כאן ירין ניפגש בסרטון העולם הבא של ירין גיימס, מקווה שנהנתם, וירין אאוט. ביי חברים, מקווה שאתם נהנים.